Hi everyone, welcome back to the Gilberto Silva podcast show. We are back again, me and Team Chase, to talk about what happened in the last weekend. Fantastic result for Arsenal against Manchester United. How are you, team?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, all good. Nice weekend. Had a couple of drinks. So yeah, it's nice. Ready for the new lockdown.
It's great time again, I guess. Yeah, was good. I had a good weekend as well, surrounded with family, friends, just chilling and enjoy a fantastic performance from Arsenal against United. Great result, great performance, very solid. This is what we are up to for today.
Yep.
And yeah, I think this is a very expressive win for them. Win at Old Trafford after such a long time, win against the top 16. It's quite a long time we've been talking about it. Everyone talk about it.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
Now we've done it.
Exactly. Great performance. What do you think about the game?
I thought it was good. I thought Arsenal came out really strong in the first half. I think they completely dominated the first half. Man U didn't really have any sort of idea. And I was watching Match of the Day 2 on Sunday, and I can't remember which one of the commentators said the difference between Arsenal and Man United now. Obviously, there are two great teams that have kind of fallen a little bit recently from obviously when you played, but it seems like now Arsenal have a plan. Now, Mikel Arteta has a plan where he's sorting the defence out and kind of worrying about the attacking less. They sort the defenders out, they're sorting out a defensive unit out, and then worry about the attackers later. And Manchester United just don't seem like they have a plan at all. They've got hundreds of midfielders, and it seems like when a big player comes up for sale, they just buy him and don't really know what to do. Like Alexis Sanchez, Cavani, Van Beek. You know what I mean? All these players they sign that just doesn't seem to be a plan in place. But let's concentrate on the good news with Arsenal, right? So let's talk about. Well, tell us who were your standout players. What do you think? Sort of starting from the back four.
I think it was good, having at the back Czerny, Gabriel, and Rob Rodin. I think they did very well, a good game, and sometimes defender with five, having Sakan, Bellerin become like a back five.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing for me, because they were very solid, this was very interesting to see the way they played, not give them so much opportunity to score goals, to create many chances. This was great. For me, one important aspect that I want to mention about this particular game today was the central midfield.
Yeah.
They were. This is is the position I've been told in the last few years is where Arsenal have been missing. I don't know if the players, but the play the right, maybe the right combination, but we can say that Thomas having his full game today was really important.
He was amazing.
This time, yeah, he was very important. But the partnership with Elneny also very high standard in this game. I think it seems to be one of his best games for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I've read some people mention that, and I think he's a constant player. But because he's a low profile player, people don't pay much attention to him. But for me, the partnership with Partay was really good, really important. I've seen some pictures on Twitter, I think after the game, putting together myself and Patrick and him, Elneny and Thomas. I think this is good. I think this is good for Arsenal new era to have players that deliver a good football and deliver what they were missing in the last few years. I think this for me was really important. I think having the protection here to Robin to Gabriel, to Jenny. In front of them have these two, and sometimes become like a line of four with Saka and Bellerin. It works very, very well.
Yeah, I think they're two. I think that it's amazing how the chemistry between the two of them. They seem to play naturally very well together. The analysis I watched after the game was incredible. They just seemed to know each other where they were. And there was one incident where actually Partay lost the ball, and one of the Man United players was breaking through the middle, and Elneny stopped the player, and then Partay went and then tackled him and got the ball of him. So they were already working in partnership, and they seem to kind of. I think they both understand the role really well. But Elneny, I mean, you called it in April last year, saying that Elneny will be the player to kind of do what you and Patrick did, the holding midfielding role. And you called it over a year ago. So I've seen on Twitter you've been getting a lot of praise about that, but I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want you to get a big head. But I think, the chemistry between the two was brilliant. I think it really was. So I think Partey just looked very, almost like you, very natural, was never really in trouble. Read the game incredibly well, was never really under pressure because he read the game so well and was always in the right position. I think it was made it look really easy, kind of like when you were playing. People didn't necessarily notice you because, like, they called you the invisible wall because you were never in trouble. Really, you read the game so well that you're already in the position before the play actually happened.
The good players understand what they had to do, and when Arsenal signed Thomas, everyone knew that Arsenal was signing a top player for this position they were missing player for such a long time. And I'm glad that they found, I guess now finally they find somebody just to fill the position, to fill this hole that was incomplete. Because when you look up front, they got the players with ability, capacity to score goals, to create good moments, a good chance. But there was something missing in the engine for them to improve. Of course, it's too early. I think you don't need to be too, let's say, overwhelmed by these results. Because sometimes we become very happy, enthusiastic, and then the next game come and don't get the same performance, and we drop the enthusiasm a little bit. But one thing is for sure, we can see a different team, a different attitude, a better performance. I think the composition, I think the starting 11 worked really well. Everyone working very hard, because I was expecting a very, very tough game for Arsenal.
Yeah.
As usual, when you go to Old Trafford, they had a very good result against Leipzig in the Champions League. It's quite natural that you want to repeat a good performance, but they didn't. And also, as you mentioned, in the first half, they were very high, pressing them and make their actions from the back very, very complicated. And Arsenal, if the position having Thomas, Elneny, Saka, very mobile from the left and help, they offering them good quality, to drive the ball forward from the left, and the other side with Bellerin at some point become like four midfielders, but in the sense that the two wide players, they are free to go, but then these are the two in the middle. They are like the guys, the boss of the position. Doesn't matter if they at some points they have three to defend against.
Yeah,
but they are smart enough, to understand when it's time for them to go and when it's time for them just to hold and stay in front of the ball. But this position, is about making things very simple and understand exactly what you have to do in order to, as you mentioned many times here, protect the back four. I think the first point, and then give the support to the guys up front when they are with the ball, because they have to try as many times as they can. And then you have to be there just to support them. If they lose the ball, you try to get it back and pass to them again. And this is I think I was glad to see the performance. Very happy.
Yeah, like you said, let's not get too carried away by it. But I think now people are kind of bought into what Mikel's, not everyone, because you're never going to please everybody, but I think a lot more people are bought into Mikel has a plan. You know, he knows what he's doing now, and he's slowly walking towards that plan. And like we said at the beginning of the season, let's not expect massive things, but let's expect improvement and let's want improvement. And I think that's what's happened. Those two midfielders, holding midfielders, is what Arsenal fans have wanted since you and Vieira left, which is a long time ago. Sorry.
It was a long time.
I think what he's doing is he's obviously sorting the defence out. Once the defence is sorted, then we can concentrate on the attacking stuff, because Arsenal have great attacking players, one of which we'll talk about in a bit with our friend Ozil and what's happening with him. But I think everyone just looks a little bit more comfortable at it. And hopefully once the attacking team feel a bit more confident with the defenders, what's going back, they can start attacking a bit more creative.
Yeah, I think being solid at the back, because I think this is an important aspect. It doesn't matter if the guys up front score 2, 3, 1, as much as they can, if you are, unstable at the back. But the team, they show, a very good organization from the back, very solid. And as I said before, don't give them much space. It's important for the team to try to lift everyone, the confidence of everyone. I think the plan of Mikel is not about this game only.
No.
If people start thinking just about this game, it's about what he wants for Arsenal. Since when he came, they are working hard, almost 24 hours to, thinking and to put Arsenal back first at top 6, then top 4, and fight for the league. Champions League is important for them, if they can get back in the Champions League for the next season. Mm-hmm. But this for me, this is the plan. Organize the points that was missing somebody that can hold the position properly and handle all the problems, and to fit in the team. It's not just about some time to buy maybe the best player in the world. Is how this player is going to fit the team. Yeah. And it would be great if they could sign the best players in the world. But if these players cannot fit in the team, it's very hard. It's very tough.
Yeah, and, especially if there's. I mean, even if you sign Messi or Ronaldo, you still need some people to defend.
It's true, but they got the guys up front, but they got the players they really need. It's not about just sign players because you have to sign because the fans want you to sign,
which is what Manchester United are doing.
Yeah, I think they have their philosophy. It's different, Arsenal have their way, how they work, and we spoke many times here. I think many people around the world talk about the position they may miss players. I think for them, for Mikel, we do arrive in the club and been working together. It's about to identify which position they need the players. Because if you just sign a player, maybe don't get the result, but understand where you need, top players, important players. Everyone is top player, but understand maybe some, that is above what is normal. For example, now they signed Partay. Partay is one of the best center midfielders in the world, in my opinion. Yeah. And this position, he fits very well in this game with Elneny. The partnership work fantastic. I hope they keep like this, because Arsenal need that stability during the whole season. Because if those two keep playing the team and keep the performance as they played the last game, I'm sure Arsenal will have a lot of important result, good because of these two.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think to testament to what Mikel's plan is that Arsenal have conceded the least goals in the Premier League this season so far. So he shows that his plan is working, and that's obviously where he's concentrating.
Yeah, they have to work. There's no other way. Working hard in order to put Arsenal back on track and to get the results. Sometimes you may play well, but don't get the results. For example, they lost against City. Mm-hmm. Maybe they could have had a better result, but they lost. And then the game at home against Leicester was tough for them. They have to, take a breath, absorb, and come back to the game and to come back to the point where they need to be in order to win the games. And they did against a tough team, a big team. An away game, which for them was something they were missing, win an away game from the top 16. And now they have done it. I think it's over. Yeah. Everyone stopped talking about it.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. I think it was great, and I think this is it's important for them just to, from this point, understand this is the level they should be playing every weekend in most of the games.
Yeah, let's not have this as a moment. This is the starting point. So don't have one good game where everybody plays well. This has got to be the moment that kicks everything on.
For sure. Because the hardest thing is to get the team to this point. As long as you achieve that, you don't want to drop, because then show again you are not, let's say, stable enough. There are some missing, or you lose the concentration from one game to another. Then you have to work out on it. Mm-hmm. And but for this game, the strategy works perfectly, very good. And Leno did a very good participation in the end.
Yeah,
when the ball from Elneny and hit Leno and hit the post afterwards. And sometimes you got to be luck at some point. The luck comes if you work hard, if you do things right on the field. This is what they did against United.
Yeah. So who is your player of the week?
Very tough this time, because if you make the analysis of the team in general, I think they did very good. They did very well. All of them, or most of them. But as you know me, I like the defenders, the central midfielders, to give them the credit they really deserve, and sometimes people don't really pay the attention. Gabriel Magalhães did, again, a very good game. But I will stick today, and I will ask the help of the fans to choose the man of the week. There's two. It's the first time I think this happened when we talk about the man of the week. I think last season we spoke about the best player in the game, but never two of them together. Okay. And this time, by this very good coincidence from a central midfield, there is two central midfields, Elneny and Thomas Partay.
Okay.
I think it would be great this time to have the fans to help us to choose.
Good idea. So we'll do a vote then. Right. So Elneny and Thomas Partay, players of the week. Congratulations.
Well done.
Oh, there you go. There's a glimpse of the older Gilberto Silva merchandise there.
Ah, this is interesting. Look, it's going to look great with this t-shirt.
Mate, it's all right, isn't it?
Yes, because mine haven't arrived yet.
It's because you live so far away. Brilliant news. So we'll put, I guess, we'll do a vote for that before the podcast comes out. And let's talk about something else that happened with Arsenal last week. The Ozil situation. It's obviously disappointing to see Ozil and Arsenal kind of arguing internally and externally about it. What's your kind of feelings behind it?
Honestly, it's very tough to see him in the situation he is at the moment in the club. And it seems that the relationship has broken. And when this kind of situation happens, not so easy to put it back. And because it's about also the trust from the club, from the player, on the both side, they have their rights to do what they think is correctly, And but it's sad because Ozil is a good player. He's a world class player. He's a World Cup winner. Played in bigger clubs like Real Madrid, and I think last year when I spoke about him fitting to the team, is about the way the manager could use him behind the striker. And sometimes Arsenal should not have the player with his ability to give maybe the last pass, to give the assistance. But seems like from the past months, things has been very tough to him in the club. He seems like he's not going to give going to be given the chance to play again. I think he's out of the Europa League and also the Premier League leagues.
Yeah. Well, the irony is, with the two holding midfielders like Elneny and Partay, it's the perfect formation for him to be successful, and because that means he doesn't have to track back.
Exactly. That's why last year, with Unai, especially, he played a few games. He had to drop back so much. And with these two midfielders, Elneny and Thomas, he didn't need to do that. To drop so much, and he could be there behind the strikers to give the ball for them to get the assistance. And it's tough. And I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know what happened internally, but the situation is tough to him. I hope they find a solution, a good solution for both of them. It's important that the respect remains on everyone.
It seems like almost like a bad marriage, where no one wants to break up with the other person. Arsenal don't want to lose him because obviously he's a great player and they paid lots of money for him. But no one wants to be the person to break up the relationship. And it's sad because we don't want to see, as much as Arsenal fans are frustrated with him, and some people love him, some people are frustrated with him, you don't want to see a guy lose his career. He's still got a couple of seasons, 3 or 4 seasons left in him. You don't want him to waste a career sitting on the bench at Arsenal, or not even on the bench. It's just a waste of a talent. So it just seems like if the relationship is that far gone, let's just kind of end it, But you and I don't know enough about what's going on.
Yeah, that's why we are saying that it's going to be important for both parts. Find the best for everyone. But this situation, I guess, for the player at this situation is always very tough, because you go for training, but you end up alone, because then you go back home with your nightmares and why they are not using me, a lot of questions, and see the others play, and then you are not able to do what you want, because if you were selected in the list, you may have chance, but he's out of them. But let's see, hope they find an agreement, the best solution for everyone, and because it would be nice to see him on the field. But wherever they decide for him to stay at the Arsenal until the rest of his contract, or he decides to move somewhere else. But honestly, don't really see his future at the club by the situation. From what came out in the press, the things he said, and he felt uncomfortable with the situation. He wants to speak to the fans, to speak to the fans with open heart, very honest by himself.
Yeah, but he does this quite a lot. He puts out statements in his social media and puts himself, I think he's sometimes maybe his agent saying that, or he's doing that, and it's just not the best advice, because then it just gets people's backs up and isn't the way to really do things. You being an agent would know better than me. But let's look forward to the next game, which is Aston Villa, right?
Yeah.
Another surprise team of the season.
What?
Aston Villa, another surprise team of the season, right?
Yeah, another one, which is good. I love this kind of situation because they were nearly relegated last season,
Yeah.
and now we see them. Now they are the eighth
Yeah.
on the table and playing a very good football. It's good. I think it will be interesting game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed that Aston Villa was the first team to play in the Premier League at Emirates.
Is that
Did you
right?
know
I didn't know that. Who scored the first goal at the Emirates?
Aston Villa?
But who scored the first goal at the Emirates?
Arsenal game for Arsenal was. You know? You don't know this?
No, it's you, wasn't it? I think I say this every week. Every week you manage to get into the podcast that you got the first goal at the Emirates.
Yeah. It was great.
It was against Aston Villa, was it?
Yeah, the first game race in I think 2006 was Aston Villa, and we drew the game 1-1, and I scored the equalizing goal.
Oh, so right. Aston Villa did score the first goal at the Emirates. You scored the first Arsenal goal at the Emirates.
Exactly. Aston Villa scored the first goal of the stadium.
Yeah.
And I scored the equalizing goal for Arsenal. But a tough game, very strange game for us because the first game in the new stadium after so many years at Highbury.
How did that feel?
This game was tough. They made our life really hard. And I'm sure again with now the team they got very good players. They got playing nicely. They are going to be a tough opponent again for Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you think the scores are? So last week's prediction. You said 1-0. No, you said 2-0. I said 2-1.
Yeah.
So we both get it. So it's 3-1 me at the moment. 3-1 to me at the moment. So what do we think the score this week? Arsenal are at home for the first time in a while.
2-0. I'll go 2-0 again. Arsenal.
Okay. I can't go. Do you know? I'm going to go Aston Villa just because last week we both went for Arsenal. This week I'm going to go for the opposite. So I'm going to say 2-1 Aston Villa.
All right.
Just to be different. Otherwise, if we both go for Arsenal every week, it's going to be really boring. You have to go Arsenal.
There's no other way.
Nice. Cool, man. All right.
That's good, man. Let's see. Hope Arsenal, get this game as, a good point for them to move forward for the rest of the season. And I'm sure everyone must be very happy. Everyone is very happy at the club, the fans, the players made the fans very, very proud. This is the way they must keep these games, with their enthusiasm, bring these good memories in every game from now on. Because I'm sure if they can repeat this performance in the most of their games until the end of the season, they can get a very good result in the end of the season. I'm sure they will do this. And let's be positive. I hope for the next game they can get a fantastic result as well.
Nice. Come on. Brilliant.
Great, my friend. Thanks to join me again.
No worries.
And people can tell people where they can find us in the podcast.
Yeah, so we have a podcast on every single place. So you can find it on Apple, Google, Spotify, anywhere you want. We can hear me and the legend that Gilberto Silva talk. Or Gilberto also has a YouTube channel, Gilberto Silva. So you can watch us talking. So if you're listening to us and want to see how handsome this man is, feel free. Or if you're watching us on YouTube and you want to listen to us while you're going for your social distancing walk in the morning, join us there as well. But yeah.
Fantastic, my friend.
All right.
Thank you once again to join me. See you soon.
Cheers, man.
Bye bye.